So the first function we can create is the one that checks if the phone number we are trying to enter is a duplicate. So I'm going to create a public function and I'll call it phone number duplicate. And this one will of course return a boolean whether the phone is duplicate or not. But we need to pass some arguments into this function. Remember, when we entering a new customer, we want to make sure that the phone number is not already inside the database belonging to an existing customer. However, when we are editing a current customer, we also want to make sure that we do not assign a phone number of another customer. So this method will be used both for new and update of the customer. Therefore, we need to also have a way to check the IDs. We need to compare if the ID of the customer is the same one as the one that we are trying to update. Because if it is not, then we are of course having a problem and trying to enter a duplicate phone number to an existing customer. So we will pass in an ID, which is going to be a short, and we of course pass the phone number that we are checking, and that's going to be a string. So first, let's get the existing customer, and that can be a data row coming from the adapter. So I'll create a variable called existing customer, and like I said, it's gonna be a data row. So this will return a row of a single customer, and it will come from the adapter. And here we are checking if the phone number is a duplicate, so we will call the find phone number, and we pass in the phone number itself, and this will return whether the phone number already exists. And we can simply get a single row because there should be only one, so we'll use the first or default. So we'll get a single customer. So if this adapter find phone number returns nothing, then means that the phone number is not a duplicate and we can return false. So let's do an if statement, and if the existing customer is nothing, meaning there is no such customer with this phone number, then we'll simply return false. The phone number is valid, we can use it because the phone number is not a duplicate. Now if the existing customer exists, then we simply check if it is the same customer that we are actually editing. So now we'll simply check if the ID of the customer, which we are passing here, is the same as the ID of the existing customers. So we'll do a return statement and check if the ID doesn't equal existing ID of the existing customer. So obviously existing customer is the whole row. It also has the name of the customer, but we are only interested in the ID, which is the column 0. So again, if this adapter finds no phone number, then we know the phone number is valid, it's not a duplicate, and we return false. And here, remember, we are checking for the true or false. So here I am asking if the ID is not equal the ID of the customer I am editing. So if this is true, if the IDs are not the same, then it means that there already is a customer with a different ID that already has this phone number. And if this is false, then it means that the IDs are the same, and that means that we are editing a single customer and it's the original customer's phone number and we're okay, it's not a duplicate. So next, let's create a function that will look up the customer by ID.